People are so busy pursuing worldly definitions, worldly ideas and thoughts about what it means to be successful, what it means to be prosperous, what it means to be free. The pursuit of life, liberty and justice. Whose life, whose liberty and whose justice is the question. You see, the pursuit of a dream. You see, whose dream is that? Whose dream is that? Whose vision is that? My friends, we must be in pursuit of life, liberty and justice in Jesus Christ. It's not so much the words that matters. I hear many people today, they define themselves without any understanding and wisdom, lost in the tree of knowledge of good and evil. So they have to get interpretations and understandings from others, other human beings. They themselves never attained the understanding and the wisdom, because they never did what those people did to get what they got in order to understand. You see, if I want to understand about fighting, physical fighting that is, I can't just read about it in a book. You see, I read about it and then I have to go and do those words. I have to get in some fights. And you know what? Most people can't do that. They don't want to do that. But they want to justify their position and give you an illusion that they know how to fight because they quoted so and so's words as if it was their own. But it's not within them. It hasn't been etched into them. You see? By the experiences of fighting and getting hit and hitting, losing and winning. You see? Getting hit and punched in the face and being knocked out. All this other kind of stuff. You see? But people, they don't want that. They want to live in their own bubble, which is what we live in this society, in a bubble. Bubbles, speculative bubbles, based on presenting a false image to people, and then they judge you based on your false image, because the whole system is based on false images, where we talk up stocks and we talk up this and talk up that, and then the fool's gold becomes the real gold, the fake diamond becomes the real diamond, and then the real diamond and the real gold are ostracized and put on the sideline. You see? So this is all symbolic of Christians who are fake. You see, they've become fake and they've become fool's gold, and not gold that is tried by fire. You see? That's not what they've become gold that is temporary. It's gold that has to talk about how much it shines and how golden it is, when it's not gold within. It's just gold plated on the outside. That's why it has to talk so much, in order to persuade people that it is real and it is fake, when it is fake, sorry. You see? So this is the same thing. So this is what I'm telling you, my friends, that worldly ideas and worldly definitions and worldly thoughts are fool's gold. They're foolishness. You see, they may appear wise for a time, but then they become confounded, because human wisdom doesn't really know anything. It just focuses on observations, and for you to focus on observations, it needs to happen first. So first the great earthquake needs to happen, and then we can sit down and analyze it and use all this other stuff, and then say, well, according to the trends, this and that, this and that. You see? But we're living in times of great shaking and quaking and upheaval. You see? So my advice to you is that don't trust in fool's gold. Don't trust in fake diamonds. You see, in order to become real, you need to go through the fire. What does that mean? It means you don't feel good. Many times you've got to suffer. There's no running away from that. And I say that in mercy, you see, because I know that we can't do that. When we go to Jesus, it is Him who gives us the strength and the faith, but we've got to choose Him and His way, you see, and move in Him and think about Him. And in order to follow Jesus, we need to clean up the inner realms of who we are, in order to hear Him, to see Him, perceive His thoughts, receive His word, receive His food and water. Otherwise we won't, you see. And we'll go around sticking bumper stickers on the outside and giving a great outward show of how much of a believer you are, you see. And inside you'll be filled with rottenness, excesses, extortion, dead men's bones, corruptions, covetousness, hypocrisy, self-righteousness, lies, temporary thoughts, thoughts of this world, thoughts of that all catered towards life in the world now, in this world, the bodily lusts, life in the flesh. That's why people want to live forever in the flesh, because their whole life has been based on catering for the flesh. Oh, I'm going to buy this house, I'm going to pass this house on to my kids, and my kids are going to have this security and that. You know, I have an insurance policy, I have this and that, I have liability on my car, I have all these other kind of things. At the end of it, my friends, there's only one security. There's only one place to run to, and that's the Spirit of God. And the times that are coming, there's going to be no other place to run to, because all that wisdom is going to fall. Everything is going to fall, you see. All these people, I hear so many people giving great talks about Illuminati and investing in gold and silver, and buying seeds and growing this. My friends, let me tell you something. The problem with you people is that you trust in your own hands and your own abilities. That's the big problem. We're facing eternal decisions right now, and we need eternity to help us when we're dealing with eternal consequences. We don't need some temporary stuff. See, it's not going to work, because the times that are coming, things are going to happen that have never happened before. Now, where are you preparing yourself? Are you preparing yourself to become fool's gold? Are you preparing yourself with the wisdom of the world? Are you preparing yourself to become fake diamonds? Are you preparing yourself and filling yourself with the thoughts of the world in your inner sanctum, in your inner places? Who's giving you these ideas? You need to know. You need to understand. You need to have wisdom. How do you have that? You need to go through things. You need to make decisions. You can't read about it in books, you see. You can read the knowledge, the head knowledge, but then you've got to do that in order to understand. You want to read about becoming a gangster, for example. This is what people do. And then you stick the poster up on the wall, but you don't live the life of a gangster. That's what you have to do, is you need to make those words a reality to you. You need to start carrying yourself in that manner, not just talking about it. And that's the same thing that's happening with the kingdom of God. People just keep the different thoughts in different languages and translations in their head, but they have no wisdom and no understanding. Then they quote what other people are saying about this and about that, when they have not been given. You have to be given understanding. Where do you get that from? From the Spirit of God. Jesus Christ is wisdom. You ask Him. He knows all the times and the seasons. And if you understand these times and the seasons, they will guide you. into all things that you do in this life, in this world. You see? So that's why it is very important for you to not talk about your outward appearance and inwardly you're filled with the temporal and the dying.